Hello everyone and welcome back to more Amnesia memories. We are back finally for the last time in IKKI'S routes. Yay! It's been a long time coming. I know you guys. It's like, wow, I dragged this out for an unnecessary amount of time. But I can't help it. I'm so sorry. But anyways, we're here now. That's what matters. So anyways, in the last episode where we left off a long time ago, feels like forever, was that we got Icky's second bad ending. Well, first bad ending, because I already got one of his bad endings already. It was during my first run of his route. But anyways, we went back and we got his other bad ending, and then that consisted of some very bullshit sort of like happenings that I will probably get more into detail at the end of the episodes where I can finally wrap up my thoughts on his route entirely. But here we are here to get his last and final bad ending that I completely forgot about. I forgot that every character had three endings, so we are here, and basically the guy that I'm using says to get this bad ending, you basically play as if you're doing the good route, and then you say before this one choice here. So you make the opposite choice. So you basically just you don't return his feelings after all that work and all that effort you put into, like, seeing Icky as a good person, as a trustful and reliable person, you're just like, nah, maybe I really don't like him after all. So that's it. That's how you get it. Or you can not have a high enough parameters for the good ending, I guess. So anyways, here we are. We're gonna just do this moment of choice. Luckily, I had a couple of saves that were kind of close to this choice, so not much to it. I didn't have to go through from the very beginnings to play up until this point. I just had to play maybe like 3 days at most. But anyways, we're here and we're gonna see. So Orion here is just, our dad gave us the ultimatum and was like, I need you to move back home. That's a 2 hour train ride, because I can't afford to keep paying for your rent. And also, it's like, I don't think you can support yourself paying this rent because you're a part-time student and you're working at a part-time job, and I can't support you that way, sort of thing. So yeah, so this is after we also see see Icky, how he was like offering to have us stay with him so as to lessen the cost. But of course our dad's just like, no, I just met you. I don't even know if you're a great guy to be her boyfriend or not to do that. And Orion's just saying the same thing. This is after he broke up with us, quote unquote, broke up with us, and he was doing it because he wanted to protect us from all his crazy fangirls. And that's why he was like, he's trying to take the heat off of us, but that didn't work out so well because we're like, why are you suddenly ghosting us? And we don't know the reason because, we have no memories of it, but he was like, well, we made this agreement when we started dating, and we're like, oh shit, yeah. So anyways, Orion is just here to talk to us about how are we totally completely serious about our feelings with Icky after everything that we've seen from him, because he's like, I feel like I need to leave soon, so I don't want to leave you obviously with a guy that's unreliable. And he's such a good person. Anyways, so yeah, that's why he's asking us. He's like, are you really in love with him? Do you like him? Like, how do you really feel about Icky? And we're gonna say, instead of saying I think I'm in love with him, fully, totally, surely, we're gonna say I don't dislike him, but
そっか、そうだよね。
yes, there you go.
仕
Let's
方ない
see
よ
what
ね。
happens.
一輝のことを知る時間がこんなに短かったんだもんね。
You could say that.
最後の日、一輝にちゃんとそう伝えなきゃね。
Sure. Okay. Oh, then I feel like this is gonna be, I don't know. I feel like I've read somewhere that you guys were saying how this is a pretty mild bad ending. Like, nothing too serious happens, nothing extreme happens. So, and I can see how that would go because Orion's just basically saying, like, just tell him that you don't really feel for him that way, and just go on with
し
your
か
life.
し、何も起こらないね。
Okay.
一輝も何も言ってこないし、もしかして一輝の中ではもう答えが決まってるのかな。
Okay, so he doesn't meet up with us. Oh wait, we passed the day without seeing him or talking to him. Interesting. The 27th. Now what? Hello? Still? It's oh my god, still. Oh my god, we were like zipping by the days without talking or seeing him. Are we just gonna quietly ghost each other? Is that it? August 29th, we're skipping days, my dude. Wow, okay. Alright, whatever. I don't really care. This is what we want. Oh my god. Like the game's not even bothering. The game's just like, yeah. 31st, yeah, that's it. Y'all just ghosted each other. That's it, the end. Okay, oh wait, no, okay. So
今
here
日で
we,
8月も終わりだね。
yes, here we finally meet up with him.
君がどんな結論を出したのか
It's a no. It's a no for me.
なんて聞かなくても分かってるよ。
Ah,
一輝、やっぱり
yes.
残念だけど、君を振り向かせることはできなかったみたいだね。
Ah, too bad.
気の利いた言葉も出てこないや。
Yeah, you were like just about to say something and then you're like, never mind.
友達になろうなんてバカバカしいし、これ以上頑張っても無駄みたいだし、なんて言っとこうかな。
Okay, wow, don't even want to be friends with me. Okay.
とりあえず別れようか。
Yeah.
なんてね。君には付き合ってるって認識もあんまり持ってもらえなかったみたいだけどね。
It was very on and off, very confused mixed signals because I didn't know the situation.
じゃあまた元気で。
Okay.
あ
What? Or I was just like, no.
まあさ、一輝と別れても君の人生は続いてくんだし、記憶も探せるし、
Right.
あんまり落ち込まないでね。
Uh-huh.
うちに帰ろうか。また明日から別の方法で記憶探ししようよ。ね。
Okay. Okay. And then, oh, we're with Icky.
ああ、今ね、僕ね、告白した後、バイト辞める子の気持ち初めて理解した。
Really? Well,
今まで無責任だとか思って悪かったな。辞めたいな。辞めたら若さん怒るかな。
まあ失望はされるだろうな。君の心の平安と彼の心の平安、どちらを優先するかの問題だろう。
true. Kent has a point. Do it for yourself, girl.
そうだね。ちゃんと仕事しなきゃね。
Well,
そういった時にはな、海に行ってバカ野郎と叫ぶとストレスが軽減されるそうだぞ。
I don't know if you want to disturb the public peace that way, Kent.
あのね、ケン。また僕で遊ぼうとしてるでしょ。言っとくけどそこまで酔ってないよ。
Maybe you should. Maybe you should just get drunk, go to the beach, and just, act stupid.
おう、私が遊んでいるように見えたか。それは悪かったな。
He's totally serious.
本当に行ってこようかな。で、受水でもするとかさ。
You're so dramatic, Icky. I'm just gonna go drown myself, I guess. God.
一休。
Icky. Icky. Wow, seriously. There are more fish in the ocean, Icky. I'm sure I'm not that great of a girl. Because apparently, because according to your alternative universe, I'm a fake. I faked being your girlfriend because I don't got no memories. Something that I can't control.
だって10年かかったんだよ。人を好きになるのに10
Oh.
年。次いつなの？また10年後なの？
10 years? Wait, hold on. I mean, yeah, oh yeah, there was that supernatural element that we keep seeing popping up every now and then in the endings. In the bad endings in particular, how like he's always kind of vaguely referring to that, how, oh, this is my, like, the wish that I made, it wasn't supposed to be like this, or like, dear God, it's me, Icky, why have you forsaken me? Again. Kind of thing. So he's implying something like I don't know, like we're soulmates or something. He wished for a soulmate, to find his soulmate, and we're his soulmate, and like I don't know, and his like condition is to make us fall in love with him. If he doesn't, then like that's it. You gotta try again, only in 10 years.
どうだろうな。しかし受水はおすすめしない。
I don't either, Icky, please, come on.
とはいえ、 初恋に敗れた男の行動様式の一つとして寒中水泳というのも興味深い。
Can't. Mm-hmm.
行くか、海。
Okay, but Kent, you're gonna have to prevent Ikki from going into the ocean.
まだ電車は動いているな。
Uh-huh.
帰りの電車はないけどね。泊まりで行こう、泊まりで。
Yeah, boys' night, boys' trip, yay!
失恋した悪友と海で一泊か。それもまた興味深い図だな。
Yeah, Kent's such a bro. I love him.
うるさいよ。行くよ、ケン。
待て、着替えを持っていけ。
Yeah, right?
ここに二人で住みたかったな。
Aw.
バイバイ。
Bye-bye. Bye. See you later. Damn, okay, shit. Well, yeah, that was pretty mild. That was a pretty mild ending. As you guys have already kind of hinted at me. And that ending is rightfully titled I Wanted Us to Live Together. Okay. Alrighty then. That's it. That is all. We never got to see the what ifs of being together with Ikki. Sorry, I almost said Ken. But anyways, before I get to my final thoughts, actually, I wanted to that one choice that was during the trip where the girls were doing the ghost walk, and we had that option to either ditch the ghost walk with Ikki or go along with the ghost walk. And I wanted to see what would happen if we kind of ditched the ghost walk. Like, would we get a secret bad ending that's kind of like worse, or I don't know, like I don't know. That's what I want to see, but I have to find out where the actual date of it is. Like, when is the trip? What day is the trip? Let's try to be as close as we can to that day. Maybe here? 19th day. Where is this? Okay, cool. So I'm gonna skip over to the trip to where that part is, and I want to see what will happen if we do that choice. Okay, here we go. This is the choice where, yeah, Ikki suggested to leave our current partner, and then go somewhere off alone. So obviously we said no, I shouldn't, to kind of avoid suspicions and to trigger some of the girls around here. But I'm gonna be ballsy. We're gonna be ballsy. We're gonna say yes, I'll try.
ふわー、カップルっぽいね。ドキドキするね。
I know. Okay, let's go. Let's sneak
でも
off.
ファンクラブの子たち怒らないかな。
I don't care about them bitches. Let's go. Let's go.
っていうか片思いで死んだ霊が怒らないかな。
I don't care.
楽しそうなご相談をなさってますのね。
Okay. Yes.
行く
Oh, it's Rika. Is you...
嫌ですわ、一輝様。一輝様とパートナーになれた子はとっても喜んでますのよ。
Is she really gonna do that?
Ah. ごめん、そうだね。この合宿中、彼女とはほとんど話せなかったもんだから、ついね。
Okay.
一輝様は本当に公平なお方ですのね。
Oh,
でも
fucking...
私たちの思いを踏みにじらないでくださいましね。
分かってるよ、リカ。みんなの気持ちは嬉しいと思ってる。
Are you...
ありがとうございます。嬉しいお言葉ですわ。
Yeah, until you find out that they've just been monopolizing you. Oh.
ごめんね、ダメみたい。
Okay, so we can't do it
Dame.
anyways. Yeah. We tried. We tried. We tried. Okay. So we tried sneaking off, but you know, it's that didn't end up happening. Do we actually
そ
get
れ
a
で
bad
は
ending?
次の方どうぞ。
Do we get the other bad ending that way? Maybe. I mean, I could see how it would lead to it, but anyways, regardless, I don't think nothing much would change. So we're just gonna go back to the title screen so that I can share my final thoughts. Yay! Final thoughts. And yeah. Okay, so I think we got everything. I did do his like little extra scene here, so we don't have to do that. Anyways. So we finally finished Ikki's route. Yay! Oh my god, in its entirety. Okay. Final thoughts. I know, okay, so starting off, I know a lot of you guys, when I was doing Toma's and Shin's route, you all were saying how, like, when I announced that I was doing Ikki's route, or I was going into Ikki's route, a lot of you were saying how, like, he's probably one of your favorites in terms of like dudes to romance in this game. I can see how it is. Like he's a really sweet guy in terms of when he's actually acting like a boyfriend to us, and that's when we're alone. But like otherwise, he's like, you know, for the most part, he blows us off, and he seems like an unreliable, two-timing sort of guy because we didn't know what was happening. We didn't know what the situation was, and it sucked because like the entire time we kind of had to like hide the fact that we had amnesia and wade through this whole like scenarios that we are presented with that are really super confusing to us because we didn't know what was going on. We didn't get the memo. We weren't let in on the inside joke basically. So that's why like for us it was difficult to trust Ikki because he never really explained or got around to kind of talking about what this whole game plan is in terms of us dating, that we have to pretend that we're indifferent to each other in front of his fan clubs, but then behind the scenes that's when he's like really truly super interested in us. Like that's his true feelings. So I get it, I understand it, but at the same time, again, the whole like idea of the fan clubs being in the way of us truly being together genuinely, it's I don't know, for me it's like the solution was always there for me, at least, because the solution, as I had said like multiple times throughout his route, was that Ikki needs to step up his game in terms of being more assertive with the fan club. Like he needs to like confront them basically and tell them to, and draw the line, tell them to that, you know, that if they don't leave us alone, then he would like, I don't know, he would not talk to them anymore, or he would like, I don't know, like he would just threaten some sort of way where it's like, I won't talk to you guys anymore, or I won't, or I'll hate you forever, whatever it may be. He needs to tell them off and not give in to their like antics and to their like, you know, manipulative ways all the time, just because, you know, he wants to keep them happy and that he feels like he owes them something because of his supernatural eye powers things. Like I get it. Like I get how he can feel guilty because he can't control his eye powers, and that because of that, girls get invested in and drawn into him, you know, almost like against their will. But at the same time, it's like, it's not that deep. It's not that serious. It's sort of like any other crushes that you would have in your life, regardless. Sun's supernatural eye powers. He's a good-looking guy either way, so like obviously girls would flock to him naturally. So, you know, it would just play out the same way where like you have a crush on someone who's really hot and they just don't return your feelings, and then you just move on with your life. Like he doesn't owe you anything. They need to understand that he doesn't owe them anything, regardless. So there's that. Like Ikki is sensitive and empathetic to a fault, I guess. That's his flaw. So I get it, but I don't get it at the same time. Like, and I get it because they wanted, like, that problem is there. It's dragged out because for the sake of the story. That's what it is, and I don't think I like that sort of aspect in any sort of scenario, game or dramas. Otherwise, romance drama. Otherwise, that's why I kind of fell out of watching romance dramas, because these simple misunderstandings are like they're dragged out for so long that it's almost unnecessary. And it's like in real life, like that won't happen. Obviously, that will not happen. It went on for too long for my liking. Regardless, it's an okay route. It's an okay route. But in terms of his good versus his normal ending, I find that someone in the comment, or I think someone in one of the guides that I was using had a little side note that said that their favorite ending, or the preferred ending between the good and the normal ending, was actually the normal ending, because like it's sort of I can see where they're coming from, because like we just ended up being like in a long distance relationship at the end. Like we didn't really solve the whole fangirl issue thing. We're still together, but not in the way that we would have preferred, I guess, which is like obviously closer to each other. But it would work out either way. Like I feel like the long distance thing would help mitigate the whole fangirl thing. Like the only problems that we would face in that scenario would be when we go to school together. Because I think we go to the same school? I have no idea. I think we do. That's the only way we joined the fan club, yeah. So we go to the same school, and that's the only way the girls would bother us. But aside from that, outside, Ikki can find time to, like, travel and meet up with us, and we could do the same thing, basically. So I can see how that would solve itself. The good ending is only satisfactory because, he finally did the thing that I was telling him to do, and it only took him, like, 3 months to figure that shit out. Minus all the times that he's been dating all the other girls. Like, he finally figured that shit out. I was like, oh yeah, I got to tell them off. And that solved everything. No, it solved everything without a hitch. And it just proved my theory. It just proved my point that, like, he could have solved this way earlier, and we would have lived happily, like, for a while now, without any so much drama, like any unnecessary drama following afterwards. But whatever, for the sake of the story, I guess. So yeah, that's the only satisfactory thing about the good ending, is that he settled the whole brain girl thing. He finally confronted them, and that means that we can finally be together, undisturbed, and, like, he gets his wish, his quote unquote wish. We still don't know what that is, like, what that was about, like who made a deal with who, like, how did he do that? But again, it could be the same thing with how he got in touch with, like, a god who heard his wish and gave him supernatural eye powers. So yeah. Bad ending number 1. Not bad god. Not bad god. It's the one where we fucked up a lot, and that gave us away that we had no memories, that we had amnesia. And Ikki confronted us. He confronted us about it, and instead of being sympathetic and being understanding and trying to see from our perspective, he pinned it on us and blamed us, saying how, because of that, like, us not telling him that we have amnesia makes it proves to him that we don't trust him, and that we don't find him a reliable boyfriend, and that we don't think that he can protect us, etc., etc. He got super mad about it. He turned us around. He basically gaslit us. he gaslit us and made it about himself and how, like, he felt wronged by the fact that we couldn't remember all the times that we spent together with him. and then on top of that, he, like, pushed it and tried to paint a villain, sort of bad guy narrative on himself, and and he got all, like, sexual assaulty on us, and that's not cool. That was totally unnecessary. He could have just told us that he could have blamed us and called us a fake girlfriend and leave it at that, but no, he had to take it a step further and, like, emotionally traumatize us by almost threatening to sexually assault us. And I'm just like, what the fuck, Ikki? Like, you're already painting us. You're not really painting yourself a good guy right now, but you need to, like, add a cherry on top to that. Like, what the heck? Like, do you want me to, like, have a bad impression of you and further prove that, like, that I was right in a way where I definitely couldn't trust you and that you were unreliable? Like, I don't get it, Ikki. I don't get it. A lot of you were really mad about that ending as well, too. Like, his reasoning and his logic did not make sense at all. And like, in a way, it's like, compared that to the good ending, where it's like we progressed in a way where we basically, instead of him trusting us, instead of us trying to, like, see reason and to, like, see evidence that we can trust Ikki, it was more like we needed to earn Ikki's trust as well too. You know what I mean? Like, it's not about us trying to trust Ikki, it's Ikki also trying to trust us, and that didn't make any sense because we're the one with amnesia. And so when we basically gained his trust by playing along and hiding the fact that we have amnesia, and then when we revealed that we had amnesia, he was more sympathetic about it. He was like, oh, like you were trying so hard to be a normal girlfriend and act normal and act like nothing was wrong, and like even though there are some times where you were acting kind of strange, but I kind of like brushed it off because I thought you were just having an off day, but like now I get it. Now it all makes sense. But like here, if we completely like, go balls to the walls, messed up everything and like make it super obvious, he gets mad at us and being like, "Oh, like you should have told me. Like why wouldn't you tell me? Like you think I'm unreliable, don't you? And like you think I can't protect you and like that you can't trust me with this like big secret of yours." Like it doesn't make sense. It does not make any sense in any sort of way. And that's what I hate about that bad ending. Also, that's what I hate about that kind of like that. Now that you see that, it's like that comparison and that contrast, that logic flow where it's like, why do I need to earn his trust of me by hiding my amnesia in order to gain his sympathy when I tell him that I have amnesia? Like regardless if whether or not he trusts me, he trusts me in that time, or he doesn't trust me before then. Like he notices like way earlier on. Like I feel like anybody would be sympathetic for it. Like, oh wow, like you have amnesia. Like I'm so sorry. Like I didn't notice or something, or like, oh, so that's why you were acting kind of strange when I was with the girls, because I thought we had this understanding, this agreement before we started dating that I need to put up this act in front of the girls in order to protect you. So it all made sense now, and like how that must look to you because you don't remember any of that. Like, oh, I understand, I get it, I get why you wouldn't trust me and you would feel like I'm not a reliable boyfriend. It's because I've been doing all this shit. So it's like, I don't know, it's like, Icky, I don't understand where your logic kind of like kind of ended up in that point where it's like it's all about you and that you're the one who has the problem here and not me. So I don't know, that was stupid. I didn't like that bad ending. I didn't like, I'm pretty sure you guys didn't either, and it just didn't make sense. I don't know, it didn't make sense, and it made Icky look like a really dumb shit. So that's that ending. Bad ending number one was that. Ending number two, bad ending number two, was I like this ending. You guys probably already can tell that I like this bad ending compared to the other two, because it may not have been the way that we would have liked Icky to confront the girls, but it happened regardless. Like at the expense of us, obviously, going catatonic and going into a coma / vegetative state because we got pushed off a cliff. Like at least it pushed him into realizing how vicious these girls are, and that you can't just have a passive approach to them and they're like harassing ways, So like he finally took it upon himself. He finally stepped up and was like, I'm gonna go hunt these girls down and I'm gonna get rid of those who hurt you. And I was like, yeah, good on you, thank you, finally. Like my honor, my hubris my hubris is restored. Thank you, Icky, finally. Took you long enough. But yeah, the only problem with that is that of course it cost us our health, and I would have liked to still be walking around and be healthy and still just like going about my life sans the harassing girls. So yeah, and then bad ending 3 that we got just now. I wanted us to live together. Very again, very mild bad ending. We just didn't return his feelings, and he just left it at that. He just like, okay, like damn, like we could have had something special, but I guess not. And we just went on with our lives. Icky's heartbroken. He's gonna take a little healing trip with his bro Kent, and we all move on from our lives. That's it. And yeah, but the only thing that we got out of it was a little bit more on, I guess, the universe's lore and like his lore, I guess, and how like maybe this whole like wishes thing that people, or deals that people have been making with this unknown god, is like it will reoccur again. It's like a reoccurring theme. We just don't know exactly the details of it because it seems like everybody has made this sort of deal. Like I think Toma mentioned that he made a sort of deal slash wish that kind of involved us and us like being together with him in a way where like he wished for us to be together with him instead of with Shin, and that was his complex where he was like he thought he was the second choice compared to Shin. I don't know, I can't remember if Shin had something similar to that, but I don't think so. I think Shin is more sort of like a true crime, a true crime murder mystery. Not really a murder mystery, but like like we got amnesia because we got dropped on our head. I don't know if the only supernatural thing that kind of happened out of it was we got Orion with it. But I feel like otherwise, I think Toma and Ikki's route were more centered around this whole universe of Orion and like the different this god that like grants wishes if you I don't know if you do some next ritual thing. I don't know. Yeah, Ikki more so because like again he said that he made a wish on one of the stars when he was young to like be super attractive and for girls to notice him, and that's how he got his eyes. And now apparently he in this Bad Ending 3 he was talking about how like it took him 10 years to find us, and like now that he fucked it up, like would it be another 10 years before he can like find us again in a different life, in a different like form, I guess, or a different person, but like like soulmates sort of deal, like that kind of thing. Like maybe that's what I feel like that's kind of what that's what I'm getting, that's what he's implying, is that he wished to find his soulmate and it's us, but his only condition is that we're not guaranteed to be like in love with him, that he has to do it himself, or else it's just like that's it. So yeah, so I don't know, maybe I hope we get more of that, like this kind of like lore and like origin stories of like how Orion's universe and how he exists, basically, and how this whole like different universes, like yeah, the whole thing before you even got into the different routes is that Orion says there's different universes of you existing in it, and these are the guys that you have relationships with and you just don't know what, so you need to go in and you need to regain your memories there that way. So yeah, that's it. So in terms of ranking so far, Toma will always be at the bottom of the list. I don't care. Toma is the worst route. I hated his route. I hated him as a character. There was nothing redeeming about him in my eyes. So I didn't like his route. He's gotta be at the bottom. I don't care. So between Ikki and Shin's route, I still kind of like Shin's route more, to be honest. It'd be Shin and then Ikki and then Toma so far before I get to do Kent and Ukio's, of course. But like I kind of like Shin's route more because of the whole like true crime detective theme that is like in it. It's like part of his story where we're supposed to find out how we got amnesia, and like it all led back to like this discovery that it was Toma that was the one who found us and like dropped us on our head when he was trying to help us because he got salty that we thought it was Shin who helped us and rescued us, but yeah, it's Toma. And yeah, so I like that better because a lot of the elements in which like the amnesia, the trust, whether or not we can trust Shin, the guy that we're in love with, that those sort of elements sort of play and mesh well together in a way where I can like I can understand it. Like I can understand it from both my perspective as the main character and the guy's perspective as like as why he's acting all shady and shit, because he's trying to catch a criminal, right? He's trying to catch a criminal and he's trying not to give himself away that he is he's on the case, like he's trying to find clues and stuff. And that's why he needs to keep us in the dark a little bit so as to not arouse suspicions, so because like the criminal or like the suspect is amongst us, the friend group. So yeah, so I get it, like I understand the reason for it. Shin as a guy to romance, Aside from the whole like what's it called, habitual liar thing, like I feel like Shin is a cute guy. Shin's a cute guy. He's a tsundere. He's not good at showing his feelings, but you know, times where you do kind of are persistent and crack his shell a little bit, then he'll be cute with you. He speaks in soft tiny with you if you try hard enough. But like again, aside from him being like a habitual liar for no apparent reason, like unnecessarily lying to me all the time, I don't know why. Like it doesn't really help because I have amnesia, so it's like, well, what's the point? I don't remember it anyways. I can't tell what's the truth or not anyways, so what's the point? But aside from that, yeah, I like Shin better as a guy. Ikki again, he's cute. He's a nice, sweet guy if you're only together with him by yourself. But he needed to grow some balls. He needed to grow some serious balls in terms of how he was handling the girls, and it took him again to the end near the end of the route, 3 months in, to finally step up and realize what he had to do. And it wasn't even me who suggested it. It was the manager. It was Manager Waka. Well, he kind of had more of a reason to, because we revealed the fact that the girls were monopolizing him. Like they didn't care about him, like, you know, genuinely. They just want to date him just to date him for the experience. So yeah. And treating him as a commodity, basically. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. That's my standing so far. That's my standing as of now until I do Ukyo's and Ken's route. But speaking of which, now that we're done, you all know who I'm gonna do next. We are gonna do Ken's next. Ken's route. I'm looking forward to it because a lot of you guys have like said a lot of high praises for this guy. Like he seems like he's the only logical one here. He seems like such a chill dude, and like all the other routes that he's appeared in, he really does. Like I can vibe with him. I like it. He passes the vibe check for me. So I'm looking forward to seeing what his story's about and how we end up with him romantically, and like what his gripe or what our gripe with him is in terms of like how we can trust him or not. Because you know, Ikki's was like, he seems like a two-timing like guy that says he's dating us, but he's actually going off playing with other girls. Or Shin, who is like, we don't know if he's a suspect who caused our accident or he's trying to help us, trying to help us catch the suspect. And then Toma, we're not gonna talk about. Toma's reasoning and whether or not we could trust him or not, it's stupid. It's stupid. He doesn't get any points of sympathies from me. I don't care. I don't care what you say. This is a hill that I will die on. anyways, that's it. We're good. That concludes my thoughts on IKKI'S route. I hope you guys enjoyed my playthrough of his route. Thank you guys so much for all your patience and love once again. I will see you next time to do starting on Ken's route. So look forward to that. Hopefully I can get back on schedule somewhat, some way. Again, I'm so sorry for the times where I just kind of disappear for 1 or 2 weeks just because things got really hectic in terms of my like real life and like work schedules and stuff. So I couldn't get a recording out or an episode on time. So sorry about that, but like regardless, that's why you should probably subscribe to my channel because I don't even know when these happen. I don't even know when I missed a week or two of not uploading an episode, because this sort of thing comes and goes. Like there are times where I'm on top of it and I get uploads every week out for you guys, and there are times where it's just like, it's just not happening. So if you guys want uploads and you guys want to know when I upload, please subscribe to my channel. That is the easiest way in which you can keep track of, those days and those happenings. But regardless, I will try. I will try, and I do not leave things unfinished if I still can help it. Okay, so thank you guys. Much love. I'll see you in the next episode or in my other Let's Play. But for now, bye!